And he's not done.
No.
We're talking like he's finished. He's not done.
He's still playing.
It's ridiculous, dude.
So if you look at...
It's just so dumb to me. I don't understand how people can sit here and try to delegitimize what he's done.
So let's take a look at the NFC and the AFC with the Chiefs. Let's look at their roads next year, right? Because we usually like to talk about where this team is now.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the Bucs, the NFC. Your biggest craziness is probably at the LA Rams right now. Green Bay is obviously going to be a problem.
Yep.
Seattle might be a problem at some point if they can fix that O-line.
We'll see.
We'll talk about that.
We'll
talk about that on Thursday. Arizona, if they can get that offense finally moving the way they want it to. But I'm just
spitballing.
Right, exactly. But other than that, there is not that much to compete with this Tampa Bay team.
No.
Even if they lose a few key pieces, even if they lose Shaq Barrett, even if they lose like a Levante David or something like that, they have so much young talent on that team that they have just enough to make some stuff happen. And that offense is going to be damn near the same. If not close. If not better, because it'll be more focused.
And you got to think Antonio Brown's going to have a massive role now, which is good. He needs that.
When we looked at the Tampa Bay offense at the beginning of the season, what even me, you, and Billy all said, it just looks like they're just trying to play backyard football.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't working out. They've identified themselves now. They know what they want to do now. And they only have half a season of film on them.
Yeah, correct. And that's the thing. They really only caught their stride in the last 8 games.
They are, I would almost say very clearly, the favorites in the NFC to make it to the Super Bowl
Agreed.
this year. I saw an ESPN power ranking. They put them at 4th. It was like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. They put like Green Bay and LA ahead of them. I was like, what the heck are you talking about?
Okay.
It would be interesting. Let's hop over. Do you have anything to say on that front?
Mm-mm.
All right, so let's hop over to the AFC. Kansas City, very similar in that there's not a lot of pieces on that team that's going to change.
Correct.
Right? They'll only get better because obviously they'll get better through the draft, they'll get better through some free agency and things along those lines. So they will get better. The more a team stays together, the better they will become. But let's take a look at some of those heavy hitters in that AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo.
Yep.
They're only going to get better. They've only gotten better every year.
The Ravens.
If they can shore up some of that defense, Buffalo's going to be a problem.
Yep.
Baltimore, it's going to be a problem continuing going forward. The Colts, if they get whoever they decide to get at quarterback,
Tennessee.
whether it be Carson Wentz, Tennessee,
Miami's coming up.
Miami's coming up. That AFC is not the NFC.
That AFC is getting really good.
Don't be surprised if this is a Super Bowl rematch in LA next year. But the Chargers, speaking of LA, up and coming, getting better. Kansas City's got a tough road ahead of them.
Yes, they do.
They need to shake off that feeling of we're all that, because it did kind of feel like that when they were walking into the Super Bowl. Need to shore up the offensive line because you have good offensive line, but all of a sudden one tackle gets hurt. Oh no, the other tackle gets hurt. You need some depth there.
Yep.
Draft a young guy, make something happen there, groom them, and then have people who are actually competent at blocking.
Correct.
At backup.
Yes.
But I think Kansas City's also the favorite in the AFC going into next year. But it's that gap's a little closer. If you put Tampa, the next team's probably about here.
I'm listening.
Kansas City, it's about here and like here.
Correct.
It's a little bit closer.